Hey everybody, my name is Zane and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm 27 years old. I make $65,000 a year and I currently am trying to hit the goal of having $100,000 in my investment portfolio. I am currently at $32,000, which has happened over the period of, I'd say, roughly a year and a half. It's been a lot of hard work. Each dollar has a job, and I've stayed dedicated to a budget of mine to make sure I'm reaching that goal in the time I set out for myself. Having $100,000 by the time I hit 30 would set me up for financial success far into the future, just given the power of compound interest and growth and the way that my investment portfolio currently is trending. I know none of it's a guarantee, of course. However, there's a safe way to play it and make sure that you are getting ahead. To do that, I've treated investing just like any other expense in my life that's necessary, like rent, groceries, utilities, insurance, you name it. It comes out regularly scheduled and knows exactly where to go. I don't have to put much effort or thought into it. By doing so, it takes a lot of the guesswork away and a lot of the I see money sitting there, but what should I do with it? Having it go to the proper places and the proper channels allows me to see that goal of $100,000 in the next 3 years and make it feel more accomplishable than one would think, without any sort of guidelines. I think the tough part about it is nobody tells you what to account for when you hit the quote-unquote messy middle part of your life. Life doesn't wait for anybody, and whether it's good or bad, you just kind of have to roll with the punches and get through it to reach your goals, whatever you set out for yourself. For myself, it was getting engaged at 25, getting married at 26, and potentially starting a family sometime in the future and being financially prepared for that. So some of what that looks like for myself is having $100,000 invested by the time I hit 30 and having an emergency fund of roughly $30,000 and having approximately $20,000 saved in a high yield saving account somewhere earning interest. For us currently, my wife and I, we, like I shared, have $32,000 invested and have about $12,000 saved. Some of those punches that I was sharing you kind of just have to roll with were getting married, going on a honeymoon, moving to a new state, I should say. We moved from California to Colorado and have been loving every minute of it. However, there are expenses that needed to be accounted for and definitely took some of the wind out of our saving sails, so to speak. But it didn't touch our investing momentum. That has been a strict rule of mine, just to sort of, stay on track, because time is your biggest ally in these situations. And it goes to show you that if you stay disciplined, you can reach your goals with ease, honestly. There's a finite amount that you need to set aside each month, and by doing so, it'll get you one step closer to your end goal without you really thinking about it. Like I shared, getting married, going on a honeymoon was all pretty expensive. We had a 75 guest count wedding. It cost us roughly $12,000 when everything was said and done. And that was even with help from family and very close friends. Going on a honeymoon also had its own unique expenses, from airfare, hotels, to going out to eat for, 3 weeks, not really having a kitchen to kind of cut those costs down. And then moving, it was one thing after another. And if there's any piece of motivation, it's that just because life throws you a curveball doesn't mean it should derail your entire future and goal that you have set for yourself. I just want to be an example of that, and I want to share my progress with you guys, because I think it's important to highlight not only the wins, but also the moments that make you feel like you're falling behind, because life is not perfect. Life is always going to get in the way. It's always going to be messy sometime in the future. But I think our job is to roll with all of those opportunities that life throws at you and stay consistent to yourself, not only for yourself, but for those around you as well, if you have other people counting on you. I wasn't always the best at keeping myself accountable when it came to finances. It took me almost 25 years to get onto that journey. But now that I'm here, I can positively say that it does change your life for the better, knowing that you have a little bit of security in the background. On this channel, I just want to serve as motivation by showing you the real journey of what it looks like making, a modest salary and not having anything crazy going for you financially that really excels you or puts you ahead. The only other source of income that I have at the moment, when I, invest for my own future, is reffing as a side hustle income, which I've shared on the channel. You can watch it in one of my previous videos. I've shared about it a couple of times, but having just any sort of, side income, diversifying your income streams really does also help you. It's not imperative. I think the most important thing is to budget and keep account of your finances, of course, and make sure that every dollar has a job, because it's easy for them to get lost in just the busy chaos that is life. I'm hoping to continue to share my progress with you guys. I know $32,000 is not starting from zero, but it's highlighting all of the middle messiness that comes with life and showing that even with the curveballs that it throws you, anything is possible. And you don't have to be a millionaire. You don't have to be famous. You don't have to, own a business of any kind. It can just be you. And, setting that discipline and having that motivation no matter what life throws at you. So I hope you guys subscribe and you like the video, and just comment down below what you would like to see and share your story. I love hearing everybody's story. It serves as motivation, not just for myself, but others that click on the video. Starting a conversation with everybody is a great way to continue to build momentum towards your goals. And that's what I hope to do with this channel. And I want to thank you guys for listening, and I'll catch you in the next one.